Look at this man. Dorian Yates is 63 years old. 63, six-time Mr. Olympia. The man they called the Shadow because nobody saw him coming until he destroyed them on stage. But here's what shocks people today. He's not trying to look 25 anymore. He's not chasing size. Yet at 63, he still has more muscle, more energy, and more clarity than men half his age. So what changed? Everything. His training, his diet, his entire philosophy. And it all comes down to 4 foods and 1 training principle that saved his life. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact 4 foods Dorian eats daily to maintain strength at 63, discover why he completely transformed his training from what made him champion, understand the 1 supplement he still takes and why it matters after 60, and learn the workout philosophy that keeps him training without destroying his body. Stick around because what Dorian does now is the opposite of what he did at his peak, and that's exactly why it works. Here's what most people don't understand about Dorian Yates. When he competed, he was the most intense bodybuilder on the planet. His training video, Blood and Guts, became legendary. People were scared to even walk into his gym. It was a very macho place. People were scared to come down there because you've got to go down these narrow stairs like descending into hell. They just hear these noises and the weights. That intensity made him a 6-time Mr. Olympia, but it also destroyed his body. Torn biceps and torn triceps, joint damage everywhere. By the time he retired, he was a mechanical man. His words, not mine. But at 63, Dorian's still training, still strong, still lean. How? Because he learned something most champions never learn: when to change the game entirely. The shift. Here's the shift that saved Dorian's life. He stopped training like a champion. He started training like a man who wants to live. I did this sport, which is what I wanted to do, and I don't have any regrets. But it was hard on my body, so now I'm being kind to my body. It's a very extreme lifestyle, and now I feel like I'm more balanced. Most bodybuilders can't make that shift. They keep pushing, keep destroying until their bodies give out completely. Dorian changed the entire approach: food, training, mindset. Let's break down the 4 foods first. The 4 foods. Food number 1, eggs, the foundation. Their source is first-class protein, eggs number 1. When Dorian competed, he ate 24 eggs a day, mostly egg whites because back then everyone thought fat was bad.
How many eggs could you eat?
I used to have 24 a day. In those days, we had the wrong information that fat was bad, so we'd throw away most of the yolks.
In those days, we had the wrong information that fat was bad, so we'd throw away most of the yolks. I'd have 12 egg whites with 2 or 3 yolks twice a day. Now, he eats whole eggs, all of them. The yolk, the fat, the cholesterol. Now I would say no, don't do that. Have the fat, it's good. Have the cholesterol, you need it. Why eggs at 63? 1 egg gives you 6 grams of complete protein, all 9 essential amino acids. After 60, your body naturally loses muscle, sarcopenia. Eggs slow this down. They also contain choline for brain health, which matters more as you age. The real secret: eggs are the cheapest, most complete protein you can buy, 25 to 50 cents each. No supplement matches that value. Food number 2, rice, steady energy. Carbs, that's your energy source. Depends on your goal. Most people over 60 fear carbs. Dorian doesn't. Rice gives him steady, reliable energy without crashes. 1 cup of cooked rice delivers 45 grams of carbohydrates, the slow-burning kind that fuel your brain and body all day. At 63, staying active requires energy. Whether training, walking, or just living, you need carbohydrates. Rice is easy on digestion, which matters when your stomach becomes more sensitive with age. Dorian typically eats 1.5 cups of rice per meal for lunch and dinner. That's roughly 70 grams of carbs daily, enough to stay energized without gaining fat. The real secret: rice isn't the enemy, lack of movement is. Food number 3, chicken, the lean protein. Beef, chicken, fish. Chicken is Dorian's go-to lean protein. 200 grams of chicken breast gives you 50 grams of protein, very little fat, B vitamins for energy, and selenium for immune support. At 63, getting enough protein becomes critical. Your body doesn't use protein as efficiently anymore. Dorian suggests 1 gram per pound of body weight. Generally, like 1 gram per pound is a good guideline, so 2.2 per kilo. If you're 100 kilos, you have to get 200 grams a day. That That sounds like a lot, but it's the best way to protect your muscles as you age. A normal lunch for him, 200 grams of chicken with rice and vegetables. The real secret, protein after 60 isn't optional, it's survival. Food number 4, vegetables and sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, some vegetables, and fruits. The first 3 foods give you protein and energy. Vegetables give you the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients your body needs to actually work properly. One large sweet potato provides 25 grams of carbs, 540% of your daily vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, and 4 grams of fiber. Vegetables like broccoli, carrots, and leafy greens provide vitamins A, C, K, and minerals that lower inflammation. Why does this matter after 60? Because aging increases hidden inflammation inside your body. Vegetables fight this. Dorian eats vegetables with every meal, not as a side dish, but as a main part of his plate. Typical dinner: beef, sweet potato, and mixed vegetables. 1 to 2 cups of vegetables per meal. The real secret, aging is inflammation. Vegetables are your defense. Dorian's training at 63. Now here's where it gets real. Dorian's training philosophy at 63 is completely different from what made him champion, what he did. Then, when I train, it's very, very intense. Heavy weights, short training sessions around 45-50 minutes. My whole training routine revolves around stimulating the muscle through the heavy, intense training and then letting it recuperate. Blood and guts, controlled violence. I got this energy that was almost like violence. I took that and I used that fuel. Probably I used a lot of anger from my childhood. It was all internalized, and then it was into those sets, into those weights. He trained in a basement gym where the paint's coming off the walls, there's no showers, the toilets don't work. Pure intensity, pure focus. That made him a champion. It also destroyed him. What he does now. At 63, Dorian's completely changed the approach. He's not chasing intensity, he's chasing balance. I've got a whole regime for my health. I do breathing exercises, I do meditation, I do stretching, I do cardio exercise, I go in the sun, I walk barefoot on the floor. So many things I do to look after myself. Notice what he's not saying. He's not talking about heavy deadlifts. He's not talking about maxing out. He's talking about breathing, stretching, walking in the sun. His current training philosophy: shorter, smarter sessions. Not 2-hour marathons, just enough stimulus to maintain muscle without destroying joints. Cardio for health, not aesthetics. His heart matters more than his chest now. Recovery focused. Most people train too much volume and don't give their bodies enough time to rest. Testosterone replacement therapy. I take replacement therapy. If I don't, it'll be too low because it happens anyway to men as they get older. But I accelerated mine because I was taking steroids for bodybuilding. At 63, he's honest about this. TRT helps him maintain muscle, energy, mood, and health. If your testosterone is low and you put it back to optimal levels, optimal where you would be when you're 25, 30, it has tremendous health benefits. The lesson? Dorian's not trying to be Mr. Olympia at 63. He's trying to be healthy, strong, and balanced. That's the shift. I did this sport, which is what I wanted to do. I don't have any regrets, but it was hard on my body, so now I'm being kind to my body. The real secret. After 60, training isn't about proving anything. It's about maintaining everything. Here's what keeps Dorian strong: simplicity and discipline. I only normally eat twice with 50 grams of protein. It's a bit below that level, but I'm not trying to build more. I'm just kind of maintaining. He eats the same 4 foods, prepared the same way, every single day. No complicated meal plans, no trendy diets. Just eggs, rice, chicken, and vegetables on repeat. Why does this work? Because consistency compounds. At 63, he doesn't need variety. He needs reliability. And training, he shows up, not with violence, not with anger, with intention. Breathing, stretching, movement, balance. I feel like I'm more balanced. I'm balancing everything rather than being in this extreme mode. Dorian Yates doesn't claim to have the perfect system. But at 63, after a career that destroyed most of his joints, after years of extreme training and extreme living, he's proven one thing: you can change, you can adapt, you can train smarter instead of harder. These 4 foods aren't magic. His training isn't extreme anymore, but he's still strong, still healthy, still balanced. That's what matters after 60. You don't need to be Mr. Olympia, but if you take one thing, the eggs, the stretching, the testosterone check, the mindset shift, and apply it consistently, you'll be strong stronger than 99% of men your age, because strength after 60 isn't about lifting the most weight. It's about showing up every single day. If this helped, smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Now go make one change. Your future self will thank you.